Hello and welcome back to another episode with Aaron Gray. This is Moving Mountains, and we are covering the three pillars of a fulfilling life, which we discovered and uncovered in Genesis chapter 2. You can find that on my YouTube channel. We did a good in-depth discussion about Genesis 2 and the hidden meaning behind it, and also what it talks about in general. So today I'm going to be diving into Genesis chapter 2 and explore how it kind of offers insight into the nature of God and reveals essential building blocks for living a fulfilling and complete life. Specifically, we'll focus on what I like to call the three P's, which is people, purpose, and peace. These concepts, deeply rooted in Genesis 2, provide timeless wisdom for navigating the challenges of modern life. Now, first up, we'll start with the first P, which is purpose. In Genesis 2, we see that God created man with a purpose. He placed Adam in the Garden of Eden, to work it and take care of it. Genesis 2:15 clearly states that. This highlights a fundamental truth. We are made for meaningful work. But now you might be thinking, how does that apply to me if I'm currently stuck in a job I don't love? Or if I'm trying to make ends meet? The answer is that work, in its essence, isn't just about what you do for a paycheck. It's about finding something that engages your mind, stirs your passion, and gives you a sense of contribution. You see, God's example shows us that every person is made with a unique purpose, and it's our responsibility to pursue that purpose. It's okay if you're not there yet. Life is a journey, and it goes until the day you die. And even if you're in a job that feels unfulfilling, keep striving towards where you want to be. Perhaps you've had a dream you've been putting off for a while, or a skill that you've been meaning to develop. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just pursue your passion. Start small, but start now. When you find that purpose, your work will no longer feel like a burden, but a path towards personal fulfillment. Now, the second point I'm going to offer you is people, which is the power of community. That's the second P. Our need for community is written in Genesis 2:18. It tells us that it's not good for man to be alone. This is profound because right from the beginning, God recognizes that we, as humans, are wired for connection, whether it's family, friends, or a broader community. Having people around you who share your values is crucial for a balanced and healthy life. Now, when we talk about community, it doesn't necessarily have to be a religious congregation, though that can be a great option for many. The important part is that you find people that can help you grow. It could be a group of clubs, a local group, or even a circle of friends, as long as they are supportive and helpful of your goals and dreams. Provide emotional support, motivation, and accountability. If we isolate ourselves for too long, we start to question our worth, and self-doubt creeps in. Worst case, we may even start to develop negative, harmful thoughts for ourselves, which can cause harm to us or others. You see, God designed us to live in connection with others. When we do life together, we're reminded of our inherent value and purpose. We uplift each other, and in doing so, we make sure the journey of life is more bearable, more meaningful, and ultimately more joyful. Now, the third part is peace, which is, in my peace, I've written peace here, but really I mean rest. So in Genesis 2:2, we read that after creating the heavens and the earth, God rested on the seventh day. Now think about that for a second. If God, the creator of the universe, took time to rest, what does that say to us? It tells us that rest isn't optional. It's essential. In our modern world, we're constantly encouraged to hustle, to be busy, to keep pursuing ourselves and pushing ourselves to do better. But if we don't follow that path without ever stopping, we quickly find ourselves exhausted, mentally, emotionally, and physically. God's command for a Sabbath is not just a religious ritual. It's a model for how we should live. we're meant to work hard for 6 days, but on the seventh day we need to pause, reflect, and renew ourselves. Resting isn't about being lazy or unproductive, it's about restoration. It gives your body, mind, and spirit time to heal from the demands of the week. When we neglect rest, we are essentially ignoring God's design for our lives. This is why it's important to take a step back once a week if possible and have a day of peace. A day where you can disconnect, breathe, and focus on yourself, your family, and your relationship with God. Sorry. In conclusion, Genesis 2 doesn't tell us about the origins of man. It reveals the blueprints for a fulfilling life. We need to find our purpose by engaging in meaningful work that excites us. And so we need to surround ourselves with people who uplift and support us, building a strong community. And finally, we must prioritize peace through rest, taking the time to recharge both physically and spiritually. If we can iterate these three pillars into our lives, purpose, people, and peace, we'll be much closer to living the kind of life that God intended for us. So as you leave here today, I encourage you to reflect on those 3 Ps, write them down, get them in your life, start working on it, and please incorporate those into your journey because it will make your life so much better and so much easier. Thank you for your time. God bless.